Welcome back to the No Limit Crypto channel. In this video we are going to take a look at Cardano. Cardano right now is not doing super well. I am going to tell you why I am short-term bearish on Cardano. And we are going to take a look at what has to happen for us to turn bullish and what has to happen for me to turn really bearish. So let's get right into this. If you enjoy this daily Cardano and other cryptocurrency videos, please consider liking and subscribing. Helps me out massively. So what has happened on Cardano? We had this double top forming up here, which is a bearish pattern. And after that, we had a big dump. And what is the most significant about this double top is that we created a lower high. So this candle right here had a high of $2.80, and the next one had a high of $2.79. So technically, even though it is a small lower high, it is still a lower high. So what are we looking at right now down here? We are looking at breaking this low right here. I think this low is gonna be the most significant one. If we can stay above this low, that is still a bullish signal. At that point, I think we possibly, this is just a possibility that might happen. At that point, we need to start looking at possible other patterns forming. For example, something like a triangle or a wedge, something like that. Because at that point, I am expecting the volatility to go down, and when the volatility goes down, we are loading up for a bigger move. So that is what we can start looking if we succeed to hold this low. But what is the bad thing about us fighting for this low? I will actually still keep it here because it's a good reference point. So what is bad about us fighting this zone right here? There's a couple of bad things. We broke a trend line to the downside. We can see that we came back under the trend line, came back up and fought it a bit, and right now we are moving down under again. And so this is a fairly important. I'm not saying that we are 100% confirmed here right now because of the price right now, but there's one little issue about this zone right here. So we are going to look at 200 simple moving average and 200 exponential moving average. So we can see that we broke under the 200 simple moving average, which is this reddish line up here, and the 200 exponential moving average is this bluish line. So we broke easily through the 200 SMA, and we had a bit more fight around this 200 EMA. We came under, tested it up as resistance, and pushed back under. And these are significant lines for trends. People and traders like using these, and I also like using them for recognizing trends. So being above the 200 moving averages, you have to choose which one is a bullish, that's a bull trend, and being under that 200 moving average is a downtrend. So we can see, if we scroll out a little bit, that these 200 moving averages, this is on the 4-hour chart. So being above it, that's a bullish. And being under it, we usually see some sort of dip. And you can see this pretty clearly, but we also see these fighting levels where we fight that. But Cardano has also liked using this 200 EMA as a resistance line and a support line pretty often. So you can see that it is a significant thing for us to break under the 200 EMA and the trend line right here. So these things, so you can see that the bearish signals start cascading a little bit right now, and things don't look that good right now. And for that reason, I am absolutely trying to find support. So where could we see support coming in? The first and most important place to find support for me is this trend line. So we had this trend line forming right here before we made a big bounce to the upside. And when we had this little dip, so this was the market manipulation dip, we came back down and tested exactly almost this trend line right here and bounced back up. So that is the first level of support we could see, and that is not a really bad scenario. Obviously, when we go, if this is a channel, if this becomes our channel, it's a really wide channel, but in channels, obviously we, in the shorter term, see these lower lows, higher highs. The most important thing is staying in that channel. So that is the level of first level of support. And at that same level, we also have a $2.10 support. We can see it was a significant level. This $2.10 comes in from volume profiles. So we had a lot of volume at this level, which then means that it either becomes a support or resistance most often. And if we fail to break the or if you fail to hold above $2.10, I am looking at $2 just because $2 is such a psychological mark. I think that is a real psychological mark right now for Cardano holders too. So if we break under the $2, I wouldn't be surprised if we see some big selling happening on Cardano. And so if we go under the $2, that's where things start looking really bad for us. Because at that point, I am expecting us to start breaking the 100 EMA and SMA. Let's take away this 200. So these are the 100. The yellow one is the 100 EMA and the blue one is the 100 SMA. So at that point, if we go below $2 and we go below either of these, so the first one we would meet is the 100 EMA. And if we really go under the 100 EMA, that is when I turn really bearish on Cardano. Sadly, I don't want to see it happen, but we have to consider the possibilities. There's a lot of possibilities happening here. And right now, not a lot of good things are happening, but everything might turn around if we manage to hold support. We need to find a really clear level of support for us. And at that point, we can start considering going bullish on Cardano again. Obviously, in the real long term, we are absolutely 100% bullish, but these short-term swings will happen, and we have to consider that there is also shorter-term downtrends. When I talk about downtrends, I don't necessarily talk about us entering a 6-month downtrend. This might be a 1-month downtrend or a 15 days downtrend, something like that. So not all bad, but look for support on Cardano at the trend line, $2.10 and $2. This was all from me. If you enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing. Peace out.